Oscar Isaac was asked if he would ever want Moon Knight to meet Hulk, and he just simply said, "I could see that happen."
Well, what happened with what did we talk about last week?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just to pivot off what we said last week. He's like, "Yeah, I could see that happen."
Yeah. Last week, Mark Ruffalo was spotted with Oscar Isaac, and we said the rumor is that Hulk is going to show up in Moon Knight, and that Hulk is being in everything. He was in the end of Shang-Chi. He's supposed to be in Secret Invasion. He's going to be in She-Hulk, potentially now in Moon Knight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's necessarily going to be a huge into Secret Invasion,
right?
Because it would be kind of like a how like Shang-Chi and Wong at the Sanctum Sanctorum kind of like asked for his opinion. Like it was like kind of like that. That's what I think it's Secret Invasion, because Secret Invasion is like space, right? It's gonna be in space, possibly a Skrull invasion on Earth.
But if World War Hulk is supposed to start with Planet Hulk, we can assume that Hulk will be in space.
Right, but I think Hulk is also going to get the Earth heroes together before he goes nuts. That was the one thing. Oscar Isaac said that, I could see that happen. And also, I mean, we talked about this last week too, that Oscar Isaac said that this is the most challenging role he's ever been put through.
Understandable.
Yeah. So,
I think James McAvoy said the same thing about Split, and that's a similar character.
So someone from the production team said like, oh, it's not like tied directly to anything in the MCU or whatever. It's kind of like its own story right now. And a new TV spot for it, a very small, short TV spot, about a minute long, shows the NRP, the National Replacement Program or something like that. That debuted in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was basically showed that when they came back from the blip, it was finding these people who no longer had their homes, finding them new homes, right? So there's an NRP or GRC, something
the NGRPC.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, one of those two. I want to say it's the GRC, but
RESPECT.
That debuted in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so that is straight up referencing another MCU project. Yeah, Marvel consulted multiple like psychiatrists and like psychological experts.
A couple experts, specialists on dissociative identity disorder.
To get that right. In the TV spot, it has, spoiler alert, it has Stephen Grant. You see it in the trailer of him like running through a storage unit, like storage units. In the storage unit, presumably, and he sees the reflection of Mark Spector. I mean, they're the same person, right? Right. Stephen Grant's like, who are you? What are you doing? And Mark's like, you weren't supposed to find out. So like Mark Spector has a very American accent. Whereas Stephen Grant is like British, Egypt, and he's in Egypt now. So that's another thing where it's like when we see Mark Spector eventually, who's I assume like the mercenary from the comics, he's gonna be very American, and then Stephen Grant is gonna be this British guy that doesn't really know what's going on.
I think dissociative identity disorder is fascinating.
Yeah.
I remember doing a final project on dissociative identity disorder when I was doing it in a psychology class. You said one has like British accent, one's American accent, one's like a murderer and like vigilante, and the other one, just like
very passive, like scared museum attendant.
Yeah. And
then Jake Lockley, a third one, is just like a taxi driver.
Right, exactly. Like they can have different professions, they can be different genders, they can have different accents, they can be left-handed while some can be right-handed. Like I can't remember if it was Sybil was her. I think that was the one where she was drawing with both hands because she had two personalities trying to fight for position. She was drawing with both hands.
Yeah.
Like they just that.
There's another
in the human mind, man.
So I believe last week or yesterday, all the projects all the Netflix projects got added to, or Wednesday, all the Netflix projects.
Had to update my Disney Plus account.
So all of those got added. In Iron Fist season 2, they have someone in the show called Typhoid Mary. She's essentially someone that has DID as well. One of them is like this mercenary type assassin person. The other person is just like this. She's like scared almost. She like writes herself notes like, don't leave the apartment, leave the door shut, lock the door, something like that. Then she's just kind of like a diner attendant. And then by the end of it, they're like, wait, how did she escape the prison and kill like 38 people? And it's like, it wasn't her first or second personality. Like it wasn't either of those two.
So it was another one that they didn't know of.
The typhoid, the third one. So that's two instances where you see it. But I'm very excited for it. One more thing. So through just the time frame of what the MCU, the blip happened roughly May 2018 in the new TV spot Moon Knight Secret Agent. He has a passport, and the passport was renewed in December of 2018. Mark Spector, and it was Mark Spector's passport. So Mark Spector was in control at that point, and he got a new passport. Therefore, you can assume that Mark Spector survived the blip, and he is 38 years old. based on what his birthday said on that same passport. So
yeah, we were just talking about this. I like that he's slightly older. Disney Marvel said they wanted to go younger with most of the future roles that they cast. I'm glad they decided to not do, because like some of the other people that were in the running for Moon Knight were Shia LaBeouf, Taron Egerton, like some of these younger guys.
Brandon Malik.
I'm glad that they decided not to go with them. I'm glad Oscar Isaac got the cast. I think he's going to be fantastic.